Hey, this is Danielle from Black Business Boom in Black Owned Nashville, and I am here with our expert move maker in real estate, Staci Coleman from Arbitrage Brokers. Hi, Staci. How are you?
Hello, Danielle. Thank you so very much for inviting me to this call. I'm definitely excited.
I am very excited to have you, and I really wanted someone to step up into this role of being our expert in real estate because it is so important that as Black people, we start to get involved with real estate. And I think that it's just such an amazing way for us to build wealth in our community. So I'm really excited to have you. And so today we're going to learn a little bit more about you, a little bit more about arbitrage, and then we'll talk quickly just about some ways that those that are thinking they may want to buy a house or they want to learn more, that they can go about doing that. So, Staci, tell us just a little bit about your background.
So, a little bit about me. I've been a realtor, to be 18 years full time this coming August. I've been at a number of different big box firms, and Arbitrage was born in June of 2016. So I have done a lot of work with probate, foreclosures, first time home buyers, you name it, I've done it. Most of my business right now is referral only, but that's only because I have 14 other agents, family members is what I call them at my firm that I can refer that business to. But I am a native Nashvilleian, so I am a unicorn now because
Yeah,
there's not very many of us that are still actually natives that have been born and raised here. So I am a proud native Nashvilleian, and what I bring to the real estate community is something I would say almost like no other. And I'm just so proud to be in a position to be able to help other African Americans obtain home ownership.
I love it. That is amazing. And you are definitely seasoned in the industry, which is why I'm really excited to have you as our expert. And not only that, you have several other agents that you work with that we'll be showcasing throughout the year as well. So I'm really excited about that aspect of our relationship as well. Now tell us, what made you decide to build arbitrage? You like you said, you had worked for several big box agencies. What made you decide that you wanted to step out and do this on your own?
Believe it or not, everywhere that I went outside of one other firm, I was a number, and I was one of a handful of African Americans, and they really never really got to know who I was, what kind of goals that I wanted to accomplish, and nobody was actually holding me accountable or walking me through, showing me day to day what being an entrepreneur and a business owner actually meant. So, arbitrage was born for that very reason. Every agent, which I call family members, that are here, I'm vested in them. When they win, I win, right?
Mhm.
And I want to show them the things that I could have learned early on in my career that probably I would not have made as many mistakes along my career if somebody had just sat down and had a conversation or shed some light or pointed me in the right direction. So, with that, we built arbitrage on basically the premise that we wanted to see other people that look like me succeed in this industry because African Americans are less than 5% in the entire industry.
Oh
People
my.
don't even know that. And I don't know if that comes from people not knowing that real estate, is a career path, or they've always been renters, or what that looks like. So my whole goal is to help other agents know that there are successful agents that are out there. There are African American firms. We check two boxes because it's owned by a woman, which
Mhm.
is me, and it's minority owned. And you can have success by not being at a big box and giving all your money away because wealth is built by what you take home, not what you give away. So we're
Mhm.
invested in our agents, our family, in helping them build wealth and obtain not just home ownership, but they buy investment properties. We show them how to do that by pledging their commissions as collateral to do those kind of things. We're doing it all.
That is really cool. I love
And
that.
arbitrage has given me that space to be have really open and honest conversations. We talk about credit, we talk about family, because real estate is just a vehicle to do the other things that we're really passionate about.
And I think that in the last few years, especially here in the Nashville market, as it's been booming, we have seen a lot more people who have stepped out and decided that they wanted to become an agent, whether part-time or full-time. What do you really attribute a lot of that shift that we are seeing of more Black people getting into the industry? What do you attribute that to?
People see the glitz and glam that come from HDTV, or selling this or selling that or flip and flop. They see the glitz and glam, and that's all great, but real estate is a relationships business, and with that comes, if you don't have good relationships and you don't have systems and you're not really passionate about real estate, it won't be your forever career. It will just be another side hustle. And I have, some agents that this is their second job or their side hustle, and they take it as if it's their full-time job. But most people just look at the amount of income that comes from it, and that's what drives them, not the passion to see us succeed and build wealth, and basically wrap our arms around the community and help us to grow together.
I do like this idea of that folks can have real estate as a side hustle. Like, I think that that's really cool because it is a pretty high producing, it could be a pretty high producing side hustle. Do you see folks that are like using it as their vehicle to get out of corporate America? So they're really kind of jumping in part time
Mhm.
and trying to build up their business as they transition away from corporate America?
Yes, that is exactly what has happened. If nothing else, the pandemic taught us a lot of things. And what it taught us was that most people that had side hustles, their side hustles became their main employment. And people don't want to do what we call clocking in and clocking out for someone else. Clocking in and clocking out for yourself is a totally different ball game. And you do have an endless amount of income potential as long as you give real estate exactly what you would give to your regular 9 to 5. It can replace that income if that's what your desired goal actually is.
I love it. I'm excited. I'm super excited to just learn more. I think that you are very, mission driven, which is amazing because certain industries you just don't, people are really just about the revenue. But I love that you are mission driven. I want to go back to one thing that you mentioned about the agents that come in under you and you really teaching them and guiding them and giving them a lot of the things you didn't give. And I think that is so important because you're almost acting as a mentor to those that are coming into the company, and we that is one thing that can be lacking in our community. So tell me a little bit about why that's so important to you.
Well, like I said, before, I think I could be a lot further in my career when I look at some of my counterparts that started at the same time that I did, and where they are today versus where I am. I don't mistake what I'm going to say. I'm glad for the journey that I have been on. I think God gives everybody their own set of journeys, trials and tribulations, so that we can do something different in the future. So I'm glad that I have, some knowledge to be able to go in and talk to them about things like, hey, when you're self-employed, pay into your estimated taxes every quarter. Nobody said that to me. I was making money hand over fist, and then when tax time came around, it was like, yeah, I didn't save for that. So I talked to them about, hey, getting a CPA and getting your systems in place. All of that plays a huge part in the success of you as an entrepreneur.
It does. It does. And I just think it's so important because so many of us, we just don't know what we don't know,
Mhm.
and like you said, being that only 5% of the industry is Black, it's hard sometimes for you to find that mentor and someone who truly cares about you also on a personal level, and cares about your goals and your family
Mhm.
and helping you to achieve the things that you want to achieve or transition away from corporate America. So we're really lucky to have you. We're here on the industry expert team, but also here in the Nashville market. Before we wrap up, tell folks if they are an agency or an agent, let's start
Mhm.
there. If they are an agent and they're like, man, I would really love to work for a black brokerage, a black owned brokerage, what's the best way for them to reach you?
The best way to reach us is there's a link in every bio that we have, but you can always call us at the office at 615 905 9625 or send an email to info@arbitragebrokers.com. We are not actually onboarding new agents at this particular time. We will be in the second quarter. I want to make sure that all of my family members get the year started off right, but we are, here to be a resource for you all. We have a lot of agents here that they have niche markets. So we are definitely a firm that you want to be a part of. Even if you're not buying and selling today, we're here to help in any facet that we can.
I love it. And if there's someone who also wants to become an agent and they're looking to learn, like, how do I get started and get into the industry and then come and work at Arbitrage, what advice do you have for them?
Reach out to me. There's a link in my personal bio at Staci Coleman, CEO on Instagram and on Facebook. We will walk you through the process, talk to you about the schools, what to expect, expenses on the front end, how to choose your tribe or your family, because that's the most important thing ever. But we want to see you win. We want to see you win whether you come to Arbitrage or you go somewhere else, because remember, we're only 5% of the entire industry. So when you win, no matter where you are, we all win.
I love it. And we've had so many people to come into the Black People Making Moves group recently and ask about, how do I get started? What school do I go to? Do you know about any schools? So Staci is here to help. And I just dropped her handle for Instagram and then also on, did you say on LinkedIn as well?
I'm
Is
not on LinkedIn.
not on LinkedIn, but
The Arbitrage Brokers is on
okay.
LinkedIn, but my Facebook and Instagram are the same. Staci Coleman, CEO.
Perfect. I just dropped that in the chat. And then for those that are looking to buy a home or looking to buy a new home or a first time home buyer, what's the next step for them to take to work with with the agent at Arbitrage?
Just go to arbitragebrokers.com. You can choose the agent of your choice or call the office. What we do is try to mirror and match where you are with the best agent that we have at our firm that's going to suit you best. From whether you're a veteran, if you are a nurse, if you are a teacher, or just a regular person, we have somebody here that will mirror and match exactly where you are and walk you through the process from beginning to end.
I love it. This was fantastic, Staci. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you so much for joining the team and coming to educate us about this industry, which can seem really daunting to a lot of folks to start to explore real estate and home ownership. So we're going to be digging in deeper. We'll be coming back actually Thursday to talk to you guys a little bit more about the Nashville market and the importance of Black folks owning real estate here in this market,
Absolutely.
especially. So I'm excited about that. But you guys have the link, it's in the caption, arbitragebrokers.com. So go and check them out. If you're looking to buy a home, shoot an email over info@arbitragebrokers.com. If you're interested in joining the brokerage, and in the second quarter, Staci and her team will be reaching out to you. Thank you so much, Staci.
No, thank you, Danielle, for the opportunity, and I look forward to working with you all.
I'm excited. I'll see you Thursday.
Sounds good.
Bye bye.